I'm going to continue my commentary on this book right here, and we're going to come up to a section where we are talking about rights of widows. Now, you have to keep in mind that women of the first century Jerusalem didn't have the rights that we have today. They didn't have the right to vote, they didn't have the right to own land, and I could go on and on and on. Basically, you were the property of your father. Okay, if you were a woman back at that time, you were the property of your father until you got married, and then you were the property of your husband for the rest of your life. That's the way it worked. And you weren't just a property of your husband, basically you were a property of his family. So you were moved from one family to the next. That's how it worked. Now, can you see a problem with this? Well, let me show you what the problem is. Alright, so, you're a woman, you get married, you have nothing but daughters. You don't have any sons, you have daughters. That's all you have. Okay, now your husband dies. Now the first thing is, if your husband died and he had brothers, and those brothers weren't married yet, you could end up marrying one of them, and you'd still be a part of that family. However, if your husband was the only male child of that family, okay, let's say he was the only male child of his family and everybody else was daughters, okay, see, he dies, you can't get married to anybody. Now, you have daughters of your own, you don't have any sons. Well, guess what? You could be put on the streets. That's right. Because you can't get married to any brothers, and because there are no brothers, and your children are all daughters and not sons, so they don't have any rights. So basically, you could end up on the streets. And that's what was going on. And this is what is being told in Luke chapter 18. She is going up to a Judean judge, okay, a Judean elder would be a Judean judge, and saying, look, man, my husband is dead, I have nothing but daughters, okay, and I can't get married to any of my husband's brothers because either they're already married to somebody else, or he didn't have any brothers. All he had was sisters. I'm about to get kicked out of my house. I have nowhere to go. I can't move back in with my father. So now where am I supposed to go? Well, can you see a problem with that? Of course. And we're going to talk about this further in my next video, because we're going to talk about how this was actually working out. Alright, I will tell you more in my next video. Stay tuned.